Hello, Bob.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. What has pulmonary rehab done for you?
It's been a lifesaver in my situation. I got diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis in December of 2013, which is a fatal lung disease, which I had never heard of. And once you found out about it, then it's even more scary. I had been to cardiac rehab years and years ago, so I'm a big fan of rehab programs in the first place. And so when I came in here, I started the exercise program and oxygen, all those things, and applied for lung transplant. And so in the time leading up to lung transplant, which I had a year ago, April 2015, I was able to still do pulmonary rehab right up until I went in the hospital, and I was on 22 liters of oxygen at exercise at that time. And in my case, before I got the lungs, I was in a coma. I was on life support, right down the wire, and 16-hour surgery for the double lung transplant. And I'm convinced that if I hadn't been coming to rehab on a regular basis, I wouldn't have been strong enough to survive that surgery. As it was, I lost 26 pounds in a week and a half from that process. Muscle mass kind of really deteriorated, and so if I hadn't been doing what I'd been doing, because I was doing 2 miles on the treadmill the week before I went into the hospital with the help of oxygen, and I would have never been able to recover from that. Now I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary in a couple of weeks. Been coming to rehab after surgery once we got back out of the Bay Area, trying to get my strength back and my breathing back. So on just the pure practical element, rehab has just been a lifesaver. And then on the emotional, psychological element, when you get diagnosed with a fatal disease or a dangerous disease, you're pretty much, a mess. And I've talked to ladies before. I said, when we come into them, we're broken. We're like broken people. And so the emotional support that you get, Amy and Angela and Karina when she was here, and Mary Ann prior to that, were almost a godsend, because you're just kind of in a fog. And the other part about rehab, again, having gone through cardiac and now this one, everybody in the room's in the same boat of some sort. So you have a little bit of built-in camaraderie there. In that type of program, you're not embarrassed. A lot of people are embarrassed about wearing the hose, or worried about what people think, all that kind of stuff when you're out in the public, especially when it first happens. And here, most people already have been through that. And then the mentorship you get from fellow members. We had a member who fortunately passed away a while back, a gentleman named Cal, who was just huge for me, because I was just trying to get in the system and trying to deal with the bureaucracy of the medical community. He'd already been through all that, so I could talk to him, and he was real helpful and supportive and so forth. And so rehab programs, in my mind, are just essential to people with illnesses. And even, I was fortunate to get lung transplant, but even if I hadn't, it allowed me to have more mobility, spend time with the family, still be able to do things up until, you get to the point where you can't. But if I wasn't going to here, all those things would have happened a lot sooner. So I'm a huge supporter of the program. Amy and Angela in here are great, and again, I don't know where I'd be right now if I hadn't come to this program.
Awesome, Bob. Thank you very much.
Okay.